Good morning. Today I thought I'd share some knowledge I learned as I've been doing Blender, and that is basic dynamics. And this is quite good for beginners like myself, so I thought, yeah, helps me learn by showing what I learned. So we're gonna make a little box and just fill it up with some coins. So we just got the default scene here. I'm just gonna add a plane as you just saw a second ago. Scale it up. Bring this cube up a tiny bit so it just sits above. Now, and just hit the tab and click on the faces and just make this look more like a chest, like a treasure chest, you know. I'm not gonna model a proper treasure chest, I'm just making a little box. And let's just put a little hole in it so it extrude down. We don't need to fill it to the top, we just need to give it the illusion that's filled up to the top. So that will work fine. There we go. If you want, you can go bevel this and, you know, make it look nice. And you can make it wooden planks, all sorts. But anyway, we'll just focus on the dynamics. So let's get a cylinder. And you can change some of those properties on the cylinder. I'll say like 20. And I'll just reduce that depth. This coin, move this up. That'll do. So say this is my coin right now. It's very huge, right? Huge. We can add a little bit of detail if you want. So you can go maybe go in here and here, and you know, add your little detail to the coins. I hit E to extrude, and then just scale that in. There we go. Add some edge loops just to the edge a little bit, so it's, you know, a bit tighter. So when we smoothing it, it's not. Oh, my bad. There we go. It's really up to you how you want to make your coin look. Just keeping it very simple and basic. Now we get right click and smooth shade, kind of keeps the shape a little bit, and you got this nice smooth inside. There you go. Let's scale this down. So it's almost like a coin. It's really tiny. There we go. Okay, next let's add some dynamics. Also let's make it a little bit easier to see. I'm gonna just turn on the ambient occlusion. Just increase that value a little bit. There we go. Something like this, and let's add some materials first. So new, let's add the principal glossy BSDF and just make it like a coin color, and then bring that roughness down so it's nice and glossy. There you go, it's looking good. If you want, you can give this a color as well, so you know, maybe add a new material. I'm just going to remove that one. So new, and then you can make that like a brownish chest color. I don't know, wooden kind of. There we go. Okay, cool. So if I hit play right now, nothing happens. Alright, pretty bit boring, and we want to fill this up with lots. Now you could go in and like position this, and you know, as a beginner you'd probably think, oh, I'd have to duplicate this 100 times and position it myself manually, it's gonna take forever. So what you want to do is go here to this little dynamics physics icon. I don't know what this icon actually represents, but anyway, some kind of physics. Click on rigid body here. So this is going to be an active, and we can change a few settings. So versus convex hull, we can keep it as that for that, and we're going to apply as well physics to the chest. So rigid body, but this one we're going to set to passive, and we're going to change this one to mesh on the shape. So now if we hit play, coin drops. cool. What we can do is, let's just go back to the just normal shaded view for now. But let's click on the coin and we can change the mass. So you've got a few options. So you can click on the object here and then you can go to rigid body, calculate mass, and then they have some presets which are kind of cool, which I kind of discovered. Calculate mass, and then they have all these kind of presets. So say we're using a gold coin, I could say gold, and then it'll give me a preset of gold for that mass, kind of calculate. But then maybe I'll say, oh well, gold, this gold coin is like 0.1 kg, because it's not going to be heavy. There you go. Okay, so we've got our gold coin. Now I need to duplicate this. So I'm going to select it, press Alt D, move it up a tiny bit. Now I'm going to select these two again, Alt D, and then Alt D. So I have a few of them. Now if I rewind and press play, there we go. All we have to do now is select these. Let's go to the top view, Alt D, and shift those. Alt D, shift them, Alt D, shift them, just offset them. Alt D. So we have these stacks kind of ready to fill up. Alt D. So now we have these stacks that will drop in. There we go. And you can see we already got, and we're just going to repeat that until we fill up our chests. We don't have to actually do much, so I'll just look at it from the top view, turn the wireframe on, make it easier for myself, position it a little bit, Alt D, right click, then shift, Alt D, right click, and then shift. There we go. Now I can double this again, Alt D, and then shift them above. There we go. Let's see what happens when we hit play. There we go. Looking good. Let's turn the shaded on. Now we have a chest full of coins. Really simple. Now you might have noticed a few of them went through the floor. We can clean that up. Or we can also make this floor passive. So if we go rigid body and turn this passive on the floor. So then they won't go through. We'll just have a few on the floor now. So you see, they hit the floor. And then if you want, you can clean those up after and get rid of those. So once you're happy with like the amount of coins you have, I might just duplicate a few more and then just try to create like a pile in the center a bit more. There we go, hit play, let's see what happens. There we go. It's a few more, we just added a few more. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. So once you're happy with your final result, you can like wait for the end simulation to kind of end if you want, or where you're happy with the final look. So yeah, I'm happy with that right there. I can select my coins. So if I go here, I can actually just go in the hierarchy and just scroll all the way down to the bottom. How many coins have we got? We've got so many. About 300. Anyway, select all the coins. Go in here, object, rigid body, and then you could say remove. Oh no, not remove, my bad. Hit play again. Let's just resimulate that. Let's get to a point we like. Rigid body. Apply transformation. Now it's the starting point. You notice it starts from here, and then if I go rigid body, move. Now if I hit play, nothing's moving. There we go. Now it's like a model. It's all in place. So you have to apply the transformation, then you remove it. That's what I've kind of figured out for myself anyway. And then there you go. Now if you want, you could just get rid of all those extra, say you didn't want all this extra coins, but you could go in and let me hide this floor for a second. So you could go in and say, "I'll delete these coins," and that wouldn't be an issue. So you could get rid of all these extra coins if you wanted, or you could position them or move them around. Entirely up to you. I could say, "Oh, I want to tidy this a tiny bit." There we go. So I don't want these kind of floating bits. Turn the floor back on. There you go. Nothing amazing, but I thought it's useful as a beginner. We're going to like a camera view. There we go. I'm just going to do vertical split here. 0, 0, home, and then this one I can click on the camera. Like something like orthographic. There we go. I'll just get my floor material. So I don't want this on. I'm just gonna add a light, point light, put it behind the box. Just click here, turn these off. Now this is just the extra. I'm just doing some extra just to make it look a bit more fancy. Turn the scene. You can do a different scene as well if you want. Kind of something you think it looks cool. I'm kind of like this, kind of like, or this actually kind of looks cool. Anyway, let's bump up this backlight 500 or 5000. Yeah, move this over here, bring this in closer. I don't want a shadow on that. Okay, and then I can change this color. Yeah. What should I go for? I might go for this kind of orangey look, and then I'll change the floor color to something. Let's see. I don't like the blue. I don't like the blue. And then set another light. Another point light would be nice. Let's bring this up here. Let's say 1500. See what it looks like. There you go. And you can play around with that, but yeah, nothing fancy, but you can play around with that ambient occlusion, you know, the subspace reflection, the space reflection, or you can put those shadows, so on, and you know, get your nice render. Change the coin roughness if you want. You can go on those materials and change that roughness. Anyway, hopefully this is useful. I found it kind of useful. There you go. Enjoy the rest of your day, morning or night. Be good to each other. Bye bye.